like videos on a regular basis, but I stopped. I've had lots of successes, and I was able to provide you with some very high quality information on how to trade and how to do it right. I was also able to um, do the right forecast, or a forecast that was making sense. And as we can see here, I stopped doing it. Uh, I stopped doing it, like right after, like we engaged in this uptrend. So I have forecasted the uptrend of the euro, and you can see it in my previous videos. And I also had the lines that you see, or like the Fibonacci retracements that you see, already plotted. So I didn't add anything today. These are all lines that were here right before this video, and like they are a couple months old. So basically we had some take profit at the 19, I mean 11914, which is the 1.618 Fibonacci retracement. And as you can see, it's very accurate. So if you are not using Fibonacci retracements for example, like at least target for at least, like defining your targets, especially when price is trending, this is a big mistake. I mean, this is a mistake that you should be, you should, I mean, this is something that you can correct already, and this is something that is easily done, because like this indicator is available in almost like all platforms, and it's very easy to use. And I plan to like to teach you how to use the Fibonacci retracement tool. So here we had like a first like we had a first bump, and I had this major, this major support, previous support level, that as we can see in like in 2018 we had price like that was that like that support that like was able to hold a price above it for like for several weeks before it broke. And when it broke, we had this like this downtrend that started in April 2018. And as we could have guessed, this level is a major level, and we would have been able like to forecast like a short trade, because I'm talking about traders that do day trading, so they are able to trade with the trend, and they are also able like to trade not against the trend, but like like be able to pinpoint where to enter for like a counter trend trade based on like higher time frames, like the weekly. So we could have entered like in here, etc. So what I will be focusing on is to see if this level is going to hold. In my opinion, this previous resistance, this previous support that is now a resistance, is it going to hold? So if it's going to hold, if it's not going to hold, if price is able to like close here above it, right? if price is able to close above it and stay above it, let's say 2 candles, we need at least 2 to 3 candles to be sure, we'll have, you know, like an opportunity to buy, you know, like to buy the continuation, because buying the continuation right here is a little bit risky, at least for people that for the ones that are looking, you know, like to buy or to you know, like to get into the trend. I would advise against, you know, like buying right now, because this correction might not be over. And how we can see it, we can see it, you know, like here in the daily. But in the daily it looks like it's over, why? Because we have a 1 2 3, a beautiful 1 2 3. We have a 1, okay, first correction, then we have, you know, like the 2, which is, you know, like which is usually a small retracement, and then we have the 3. So we have a measured move, and this measured move is a sign, usually in trends, when price is trending, is a sign of continuation. All right, is a sign of continuation, but still we could have a much larger move. I mean, a much larger, you know, like correction here before, you know, like price continuing, you know, like up. So this is something that you should be aware of. So we could have, you know, like we could have a much bigger correction. So this is maybe just the first, you know, like the first leg down, and we didn't have the correction yet. So be careful. I would wait to be sure. I would wait, you know, like for price to close, as I said here, above this major, you know, like resistance, and stay above it, which would give us, you know, like a much stronger signal. Okay, so this is it. So for the euro, this is the long-term perspective for the euro, and I'm going to do, you know, like daily, not, I will try to do daily videos, you know, like I used to do in the past. Okay, and you have a good day. And if you didn't subscribe, please subscribe to this channel, because this is one of the best channels. I mean, it's not me saying it, but, you know, like the very few people that are watching these videos, and they are the lucky ones in my opinion, they are getting, you know, like a much higher quality, you know, like analysis than what you can find elsewhere, because I'm really focused on bringing to you the information that you'll need to trade safely, because everyone can take risks. But how about, you know, like you take 1 minute or 2 minutes, and in this case a few weeks before you know, like entering a trade. But when you'll enter that trade, you'll not be 100% sure, because this is not, this doesn't exist in trading, but at least you'll have the confidence that, you know, like you're making choice based on, you know, like a signal that is strong enough to give you, you know, like that little edge that you need in order to be profitable in the long term. Thank you very much.